Dungeon Dash by Stephen Lake. A seasoned group of adventurers move slowly through a deep and forbidding dungeon in search of action, treasures, and adventures. Floor by floor they battle their way down through it until they reach the 20th level after weeks and weeks of hard work. However, by this time the team was almost out of supplies, with little hope of replenishment short of them climbing back up through all 20 floors where they could trade in their drops for fresh supplies. The head knight of the team looked at his item box inventory and frowned. I was hoping to get to the 50th floor before we had to pack it in. But these monsters have just been a complete pain. And because of that, we're not going to be able to go any further unless we resupply. But that's going to mean giving up too soon, he said to the others. Normally, yes. However, this time around that won't be a problem, said the team mage. The others looked at him curiously. What do you mean? Asked the knight. The mage grinned. Haven't you guys heard about the new dungeon crawler service called Dungeon Dash? We can remotely order what we need, and they'll bring it to us, he said. The others looked at him in amazement. Wait, when did the devs start allowing that? Asked the knight. The mage shook his head. It's actually not part of the game. Some creative adventurer came up with the idea, and, from what I've heard, it's been a hit. The others looked at each other in surprise. Eventually the team healer spoke up. Assuming they can get this far down, I say we go for it, he replied. The others all agreed. The mage then called up a status screen for the delivery service and studied it intently. Well, from what I'm reading here, they do provide delivery service to this dungeon, all the way down to level 35. So we're still up high enough to get delivery. The knight nodded. That's good. All right, everyone, collect your orders, and then have our mage put in the request. Until that arrives, we'll set up camp here and stay put for now, he said. The others all agreed. It wasn't but 15 minutes later that the others put in their orders, and the request was then sent in to the Dungeon Dash delivery service. Okay, the order has been submitted, and the app says that the estimated delivery time is about 30 minutes, said the mage. Oh, that's fast. That means we should be seeing him soon. The healer laughed at this. If I'd known they'd be here that fast, I'd probably have ordered takeout with that, he said. The others chuckled. The team all then sat down, relaxed, and began to talk. It wasn't long before the 30 minutes went by, but there was no sign of their delivery. So 2 hours passed, then 4, then 8, then 16, but still no sign of their delivery. Are they still coming? Asked the knight with concern. The mage checked on their order and saw that it still said, delivering. According to the app, yes, it's still en route, he replied. Then where are they? The mage merely shrugged. I have no idea. All it says is that it's still en route, but nothing more. Just then a light appeared in the tunnel behind them, followed by some grunting and moaning noises. Everyone immediately stood up and at the ready. However, what appeared next surprised them. Out of the tunnel behind them emerged a man in tattered clothes that slowly hobbled towards them, wearing a backpack of storage, like a bag of holding, only bigger, and looking like the sorry leftovers of a bad quest. He was bruised, cut, burnt, had slimes and little cave goblins, as well as a variety of other small creatures hanging off him, as well as strands of spiderweb, seaweed, and many other things. The knight and his team looked this in abject confusion. Who are you? He asked as the man approached. I'm here with Dungeon Dash, and I have your order, groaned the man. The knight and his team soon relaxed. You're finally here? What took you so long? The app said you'd be here in 30 minutes, said the knight angrily. The delivery guy glared at the knight and his team and replied, Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get here, and you're mad about that? The knight looked at the man in perplexity. Did you, literally, crawl through all 20 levels just to get here? He asked in perplexity. The delivery guy glared at the knight incredulously. Well, yeah. What did you expect me to do? He barked. The knight furrowed his brow and said, You could have just used the service entrance. Upon hearing this, the delivery guy's eyes slowly grew wide in confusion and disbelief. There's a service entrance,